Raline Shah merupakan aktris, model, aktivis lingkungan, dan seorang co-founder dari sebuah kedai kopi di Jakarta, Kisaku. Selain disibukkan dengan kegiatannya di dunia seni peran, Raline juga aktif dalam berbagai kegiatan lingkungan dan pendidikan. Pada episode Ngopi with Millie kali ini, Raline akan bercerita mengenai perjalanan karirnya, kecintaannya terhadap pendidikan dan lingkungan, serta hal-hal menarik lainnya yang belum pernah ia ungkapkan sebelumnya.
Hari ini lihat muka saya betul-betul cerah dan bahagia sekali karena saya akan ngobrol dengan betul-betul seorang sahabat kesayangan, Raline Shah. You know, I remember we met last week, remember? We talk a lot about spirituality, you know, and I was so amazed at how deep basically your understanding and knowledge about life. There must be something that is so inspirational for you, you know, to begin that very spiritual understanding. Coba dong di share dengan teman-teman kita. Yang menginspire seorang Raline Shah itu apa sih?
Actually, I feel that when I was young, I was always very curious, and I thought there was a lot of injustice in the world, a lot of things that didn't make sense to me as a child, and I'm always asking these questions, and no one could answer them. So since I was young, I always loved to read, especially about religion. So I took a minor in theology even in university.
Really?
So I was just so curious. And through my reading, through my learning, I realized that to be spiritual, it's also an experiential knowledge. The more you pray, the more you meditate, the more you meet people, and things happen in your life. And how can you take those lessons and actually use them in your daily life or for other situations that God put you in? So I always feel that every challenge that is presented to me and presented to my friends is actually a stepping stone for us to get closer to Him or the higher power, to learn something about life. Because once you've extended spiritually or mentally, you understand that hardships come and go, but you have more strength, and you also have more preparation to deal with them with wisdom and inner peace. And in that way, you can also help others to overcome their hardships, because even though in a worldly sense, we all live different lifestyles. Some people are privileged enough to live a very comfortable lifestyle, to have flexible working hours. Many of us live quite comfortable lives, but some of us live really hard, difficult, worldly lives. You know, not being able to keep a job, not being able to feed their children, not being able to have a proper education. But the thing is, what binds us together is all those feelings of hardships and joy. So no matter what level we are at economically, we all go through the same pain, the same joy, the same kind of feelings of love. And I wanted to learn about all of that, things that we can't see. Because my favorite book is called Le Petit Prince, and there's a quote that says that the most beautiful things in the world are not able to be seen through the eyes. So feelings and things you cannot see, and energy, those are the kind of things that I think make life worthwhile. Yeah. So I always continue to kind of want to learn more about that, because there's so many discrepancies, and I'm a curious person and I need to know. So I keep on learning and growing through my curiosity instead of pushing it aside and distracting myself. I think as a human being, we owe it to ourselves to fulfill our desires as people, to go ahead with our lives, but also our desires to know more and feel more. I think we owe it to ourselves to do that. And I don't know, as a human being, honestly, things are not as simple. We have a lot of memories, we have a lot of desires, we have a lot of needs emotionally, physically, and I just wanted, as a person that's still growing and learning, to continue the path of trying to be as optimum as I can. And optimum, what I mean is try to embrace be as healthy as I can physically and mentally, and get to that point where I can just function without any biases, or try to be as positive, as neutral as I can. So I always say, like, try to create enough love in ourselves and understanding so that we can spread it. Because there's no way to spread it around if you cannot even do it for yourself. And I'm still learning though.
Oh no, everybody's of course everybody's learning. This is the journey of life. But you are a young, beautiful face but with a very, very deep knowledge of life. Also an old soul, perhaps.
Yes.
You know, right?
I guess I feel like an old soul, but I hope I have a youthful spirit though.
Very, very, very. But what or who inspires you in life?
Who inspires me in life? I mean, this is so cliche, but obviously family inspires you more because family is the first kind of agents of education in a child's life. And I'm very close to my grandmother, and she's like the beacon of inner peace and joy and spreading love. So I was so lucky that I had experiences with her when I was young that I didn't understand how someone could be so good and so patient, but just seeing how she lives and how she deals with things and her perceptions towards events makes me realize that actually externally anything can happen, but it's actually just internally what stories do you have about those external things that make you feel certain ways. So if you want inner peace, you have to manage your inner perceptions of things that happen. So she always taught me like inner perception is important. What happens outside you can't control, but your inner thinking and your inner feeling, you can always work on that. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, but next meeting we have to be face to face, okay?
Thank you for having me, and I hope next time it can be face to face because I feel like Zoom is always a bit kaku, you know, being on camera and having all the technicalities or everything, you're not relaxed enough to just like flow because you're like, oh my god, this is a camera, I'm talking to the computer.
Yes. But next
your
week,
beautiful smile. Yeah.
we meet in September, okay?
Yes, I will meet you in September. Mwah.
Okay. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you.
Bye.